What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Mara Holdings, ticker symbol MARA. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So, what is this cryptocurrency mining company doing? You can see that it's selling off pretty sharply. It was once trading at that $30 level. Now it's trading at basically the $20 level. It looks like it's still headed lower. Why? You can see that price made a large impulse down, and we can measure that. That's what this arrow represents. Price pulled back higher, but the trend still continued lower. So that tells me we can probably make a measure move down, and that's at the 1768. If price made this size drop, there's a good chance it can make a similar size drop in the future. So that's right at the $17 level, or technically the 1762. So let's go and mark that. That is the next logical level that price can trade to. And also, we can draw a trend line to represent that bearish momentum towards the downside. So price is still below the trend line, which is not a good sign. Macro pattern is a range for the longest time now, basically dating back to December of 2023. So basically 1 year of just sideways trading. You can see that every time price gets up to that $30 level, it finds resistance. Resistance here, failed breakout here, resistance just recently again at that $30 level. And there's very strong support at the 1476 level. Support here, support, failed breakout lower, support. And now where do you think we're headed? It looks like we're headed at least, it's not guaranteed, but it looks like there's a good target at the 1760 level, like I mentioned before. And then if price is still below that trend line and we don't reverse off this level, it's probably headed towards the lower side of the range at the $14, $15 level. There's also a bullish trend line that coincides with that horizontal support. So there's some strong support right around this area right here that could potentially reverse price back up. See this trend line off this low in December of 2022 connected to October 2023, and then you get a bounce on September of 2024 to get that confirmation that this uptrend is in play. So again, there's this long-term bullish momentum, but it's not as strong as it seems because price has been range bound for a year now. So just in the meantime, it's a lot of indecision. You can see that it gets bearish, and then all of a sudden it gets bullish, and then all of a sudden it gets bearish, all of a sudden it gets bullish, all of a sudden it gets bearish. So this is where you have to be able to be dynamic in your analysis and not such a fixed mindset, because in a range you can't just stick to one side. You have to look at both sides of the story, because both bears and bulls, they're strong in just a certain amount of time, and then it switches control. So bulls have control in a short amount of time, and then it switches to the bears having control in the short amount of time. So that's what the range represents. The market participants are bullish and they're aggressive in certain time spans, and then all of a sudden it just switches back to the opposite direction. So overall, it's a slight uptrend in play, but we've been going range bound for about a year now. We're not going to stay trading range bound forever. Eventually, there will be a breakout, and probably to the upside in this Bitcoin bull market. But as right now, it looks like it's still looking bearish in the short term. Looking at the weekly chart, you see that we have 3 consecutive red weeks in a row. Last week was pretty large. I think we're going to see a little bit more downside take place, maybe all the way to the $15 level. And that's how ranges work as well. When price hits one side, it'll try to work its way to the opposite side. Keyword is attempt. So it'll attempt to work its way to the opposite side of the range. So we just hit the top, it's working its way to the bottom. So that also makes sense as well. So overall, Mara or Mara, however you want to pronounce it, it's not going to be as bullish as MicroStrategy or Coinbase. A lot of these mining companies, very low margin, highly competitive markets. Every 4 years, they probably have to upgrade the mining rigs, due to the difficulty of mining Bitcoin. So again, it's just not a, lucrative business. There's very low margin and competition, high competition, regulation, a lot of things going on. And that's just fundamentally, right? Maybe, we can have cyclical times, just like it's a cycle. We have a bullish cycle and then a bearish cycle, and then looks like we're in a bullish cycle, and then we might go another bear cycle. But this is not like one of those trending type of stocks. This is one of those stocks that, yeah, you might be able to hold it for a year or two, but I wouldn't necessarily hold it forever. It's not one of those forever hold stocks like Apple that just continues to go up every year in the long term, nice and slowly. This is more of like a cyclical commodity type of stock. So all I have for Mara on the daily and weekly charts, basically expect more downside in the short term, and we'll probably have to reanalyze once price gets to these lower price levels, which is highly anticipated. Most likely, it will probably lead to a push up higher, something like that. So all I have for Mara on the daily and weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.